Today on Comic Fights, who won Batman v Superman? Batman or Superman? Speaking on behalf of the Son of Krypton is Sal, and on behalf of the Cape Crusader is Ben. Sal will only have his comic book knowledge behind him, where Ben will have the opportunity to use the internet. Ben?
Oh, pass today.
Ben is going to pass today. As usual, each of the gentlemen will have a minute and a half to present their argument, 30 seconds for rebuttal, and then I'll decide who won this comic fight. But it doesn't have to end there. You guys in the comments down below can continue this fight. Ben, you'll be going first.
Okay.
Now.
So the thing with Batman vs. Superman is that Batman has been an affected character this entire time. It's the first time we've seen him. And not only that, Superman has been sort of the driving force towards all of this. It's more the protagonist that Batman has been acting than Superman. Superman has been a force of nature. He's been a catalyst on this world. Batman is the reaction. Not only that, but I think the real change comes from what Batman does throughout the movie. Batman is the one that initially dislikes Superman, in fact hates him to the point that he has to take him down, and then agrees that he has to work with Superman to try and stop Doomsday, and changes his mind by the end of the movie about his feelings not only towards Superman, but also towards every metahuman out there, realizing that they need to create the team. They are trying to pull everything together, and it's because Batman realizes that this is the strongest way to move forward, and it's how the world will heal. Because of that, Batman is the winner here. He's got the superior intellect, he's the one that has also a great amount of gadgets throughout the movie and has fantastic tactician abilities, so that's where I really think it's coming from. Not only that, but he's got the best supporting cast ever. He's got Alfred. Who does Superman have? Lois and his mom? Come on, they're just whiny the entire time. The only thing that Superman has going for him is Perry, and let's not forget, he was Morpheus.
Time begins now.
Alright, Superman clearly won this movie. The movie was obviously a Man of Steel sequel before they decided to put Batman into it. Superman is the driving force of this movie. While Batman is in it and does stuff, Superman's point of view is the only major point of view that we see throughout the movie that has any kind of arc. Batman goes through a couple of things, but at the end of the day, he's still Batman. Superman, in the beginning of the movie, he is affected, he's sad, he's miserable, he is weighing on Lois to get some kind of support and some kind of connection to humanity, and everything that happens in this movie happens to Superman. That's the definition of a protagonist. Not only that, let's also look at the fight in general that took place between Batman and Superman. Superman would have destroyed Batman, if not for the plot device that required those two to get together in the first place. I think Superman wins this fight, not only for that, but also because at the end of the movie, it's all about Superman. Superman is the driving force and catalyst for everything that takes place and everything that this movie's setting up. And as we know, this movie is basically a setup movie anyway. The fact that, there's only one significant character moment at the end of this movie, and it belongs to Superman, I say makes it Superman's victory. I will relinquish the further amount of time.
Ben, you'll have your rebuttal. Time begins now.
Okay, so you were saying that Superman had everything done to him. The only thing that he was doing the entire time was trying to save Lois Lane. Not only that, his mom was kidnapped. He saved Lois 3 times, he would not save his mom once. So his connection to humanity, the actual driving force of his whole ideal and motives, were stripped away from him when that happened. Not only that, but him just, coming back alive, that's not something that he had control over. You can't give him that moment. That was something that was, again, happening to him, not his choice.
Sal, your time begins now.
Don't forget that Superman's mom is the reason that Batman actually falls in line. The only two significant characters in this movie besides Superman are Superman's mom and Lois Lane. Lois Lane goes through a lot in that movie as well. Her supporting cast is also, Superman's supporting cast is rich and deep and important and integral to the whole story. Alfred does nothing in that whole movie. He gets to fly the Batplane, but what is his character motivation? What does he do? Lois goes through a lot. So does his mom.
Alright, we've heard our arguments, we've heard our rebuttals, and now it's time for me to decide who has won this comic fight. Gentlemen, well fought, each of you.
Thank you.
Both came up with great arguments, very good rebuttals, but I have to say, at the end of this fight, based on argument alone, along with rebuttal, I have to give it to the Man of Steel.
Woo!
Oh! And I'm sorry.
Well fought.
You know I'm a huge Batman fan. And don't forget, you don't have to take these two chuckleheads and my decision based on this comic fight. You guys should keep this fight going in the comments down below. Keep it clean and above the belt. And don't forget, if you're looking for more Batman v Superman, you can check out this Elseworlds exchange right up here. For Comic Pop and Comic Fights, I'm Tiffany.
I'm Sal.
And I'm Ben.
And we'll see you next time. Fight on, guys.